Hey everybody, we're about to get started. Hey everybody, I am getting ready for the show today about our happy marriage lifestyle. Listen, my husband and I do this show to try to encourage people. We're actually celebrating today our wedding anniversary. Yay! 19 years we've been married, 19 years. Here's the thing, you guys, it's our anniversary, but guess who's missing? Where is he? All right, so hubby had to take care of some real estate stuff. And we pushed and pushed and pushed and tried our best to have him here for the show to start. I didn't want to cancel. I didn't want to postpone. However, he was not able to make it here today, but he has agreed. He has cleared his schedule for tomorrow, and we're going to on live tomorrow about 1 p.m. for a special broadcast for our happy marriage lifestyle. We are talking about a terrific topic, and maybe that's why he decided he wasn't going to be. No, he's going to be back. But I wanted to come on here to let you guys know that we will be back. Wanted to have a quick little chit chat with you all. The topic that we're talking about today, and we'll actually talk about tomorrow, my husband, is when you're married, what happens when the sex stops? I know a lot of married couples don't like to talk about this. They oftentimes like to just pretend it's not happening. They oftentimes are like, no, we're not going to discuss it. But we're going to discuss it because we want to help people during this process. Every marriage, especially when you're in a marriage that you've been in for a number of years, we've been married now. Today is our 19-year anniversary. 19 years we've been together, and there are some times when the sex has stopped. So, how do you maintain? How do you allow all this time when the sex is not the way it was when you started? And that's the conversation we're going to have, and we're going to have that tomorrow because I'm not going to do a show like this without him being his point of view, and he can watch the video and then give his man's point of view. But here's my thought on it, okay? And I'm just going to talk from my own point of view because, again, hubby's going to join me tomorrow. He is working thing, but he will tomorrow. So if you all are in the chats, ladies, let's talk about this, okay? The men are not here yet, but we can still have the conversation, okay? Let's talk about this. So what have you done, or what would your thoughts be if you're married right now and there's been maybe what some call a dry spell in your sex life? What have you all done to maybe maintain them? Again, I know a lot of people are like, we're not talking about this, but listen, it helps. It helps. Not only would it help, I believe, your marriage, but I also believe it would help other people's marriage as well. So let's have a conversation. I want to talk this. I've heard some people and had some private conversations with some people, so I won't give their names. I'll give a kind of scenario without naming who they are. But there's been situations where the marriage was great, and then all of a sudden the marriage stopped. And when the marriage, I'm not the marriage, I'm sorry, the sex stopped. And when the sex stopped, oftentimes what one person will do is they'll blame themselves and say, okay, is it me? I mean, let's just go into it, ladies. Is there anything where maybe like the sex in your marriage wasn't the same, or you feel like, hey, it stopped, or what's happened? Do you ladies do this? Because I gotta be honest, I did this. I thought when our sex was the same as when we started, it was me. And then I started looking at the scale in the bathroom. I started saying, okay, did I gain weight? Yes, I gained weight. Is it that I'm not as sexy as I thought I was, or I'm not sexy like I was before, or maybe the weight is making me not look active? What's going on? Did you guys start blaming yourselves? Well, I probably, I'm speaking for a lot of women, because this is not just my topic. I know I'm talking about it, but I'm bold enough and brave enough to do as I want to try and help others. Ladies, a lot of times we assume that when our relationship and our sex life in our marriage, or affectionate type in our marriage, is not what we saw it as before, we oftentimes start looking at ourselves. What did I do? What is it? Is a weight gain? Am I not dressing the same way? Am I not as attractive? Did he find somebody else? What's the deal? We start trying to blame ourselves. And I want you to understand this. That's not what happens in every marriage. Sometimes, and I said in every marriage, because some marriages, the couples do look at each other different when they start picking up weight, or when they start changing their style or looking different. But until you actually sit down and have a truthful, honest relationship and conversation with your spouse, you're just going to be guessing. And you don't want to just be up there guessing and assuming. You know what they say about the word assuming, right? You don't want to be doing that. So have the conversation. And I know in marriages, oftentimes it's hard to have these difficult but necessary conversations with with your significant other. But you need to have it, because you don't want to do this. You don't want your marriage to then shut down where there's not a conversation. And then you go to the point where you guys aren't even talking to each other anymore. You guys aren't having conversations with each other anymore. And then you look down the line many years later and say, what happened? Why are we not like we were before? So you need to have those conversations, okay? Now, we might have a bad stream. I'm looking at one of our sites here, and it's not up a good stream. So again, it's all fixed and taken care of. But I want you all to understand that a good conversation with your spouse will be something that is necessary for you all to maintain a happy marriage and a successful marriage, okay? So talk to your spouses and talk to one another and find out what it is that you need to do in order to have that special happy marriage that you want to have, okay? If you're on my Facebook page and that Facebook stream is not coming through good, I want you to go over and try my YouTube screen to see if it'd be better, because I'm looking at it and it is not coming up real clear on the Facebook page. So go over to my YouTube page, okay? All right. And then tomorrow, we're actually going to have a wonderful, wonderful program again with hubby. He is going to be here tomorrow. So we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful conversation with him tomorrow, okay? With the conversation with you all one-on-one, because we need to have this conversation, okay? All right, so let's see if we're back over here. I'm having a terrible streaming on here, okay? But we're going to be having a conversation with hubby tomorrow, and we're going to be finding out from him, from a man's point of view, what does he think, as far as this relationship, as far as the, sex, and as far as when the sex stops. We're going to have that conversation with him. Join us tomorrow. And again, we're going to be coming on at 1 o'clock. I know the stream is terrible. There's some crazy weather here. So I'm going to be back on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Okay. I apologize again for this whole stream acting up, but we're going to be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll try and prayerfully all of this stuff will be fixed and we'll be working much better, and we'll be back tomorrow. Okay. So again, I apologize for hubby not being here today, but we're going to be back tomorrow, and he's going to help us with this conversation. I'll send out the notifications so you all are aware that we will be back on live tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you guys there. Have a great day.